How about it, YouTube? This is Big Old Bouncer out here around Salt Lake City, 333. This is another video here from your man, Gatekeeper. Big old Gatekeeper out there around Georgia. King of Amplifier DIY. He's rocking on.
I could see like an LED right here and an LED right here, and when you key, they light up. That'd be cool. I think that'd be pretty cool. Two little small LEDs. I think that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, we got a Fat Cat stage 2x8 right here. There's some damaging done and shipping. This wasn't done shipping to me. A buddy of mine, Mr. Number One out there, old Carl, he actually brought this to me a while ago. We're not going to be worried about the power supply section. Carl's a do-it-yourselfer anyway. He by the amount of time I've had this, I've already taught Carl so much, he probably can do, I know he could do everything I'm about to be doing himself, but it's here, and he's like, go ahead and get it done, Gatekeeper, and get that sucker back to me. So we're not going to worry about the power supply section. I think the main problem he's having is there's a power supply or two that maybe was having some issues, and I think he popped the transistor right here on the driver section, and he replaced it, and it popped again. And you can see, boy, that HG's gotten hot, son, hot. So we're gonna get here and just basically remove all the transistors, put a fresh set of C's in here, and you can see it's an older box, about 4 years old. There's 20 DO8s in it. So we're gonna have to change around the tune a little bit on the input, probably. We'll see. So we'll probably be removing these two caps right here, and then those right there probably. I'll throw some leader lines in there and make sure each of the 4-pill sections are tuned up really well. Just for testing purpose, I'm probably going to drop an 8-gauge wire down right there and then right here, and make them long enough to go past the cabinet out here to just hook this up on my own supply while I'm working, and then we'll drop 2 8s. And this is a stage box, so this right here will be separate. So we'll figure it all out. Probably make some little temporary bus right here. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or what I may just do is remove this right here, throw me a 10 on here, and bring all 3 of them out and just twist them all together. Just for testing purposes, you know, to make sure everything's working good the way it's supposed to. Alrighty, let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Fat Cat 2x8, Gatekeeper. We'll be back. Alright, we got all the pills dropped in. Just got some test power wires hooked up. Got some leader lines in here. 2-pill section is good to go. It's tuned, man. I did not have to mess with the tuning whatsoever. Hey, just got to keep it real, keep it 100. This 2-pill is tuned, man. I had virtually no. I'll show you the reflect here in just a minute, but this right here is this 4-pill section right here. Okay, 4-pill section right here. Here's your input reflect. 5 watt slug in reverse. Ooh, see, look at that. No input reflected. Ooh, at all hardly. Ooh, 450 watts. 16 watts in. It doesn't need any tuning, man. It's good to go. It's good to go, man. I mean, there's nothing you can really do to fix that, man. Good job, Fat Cat. Good job on the tuning. Alright. I'm going to hook this 4-pill section up just to check it individually. And I forgot to make a video just showing the 2-pill section. And hook everything back up and we'll be done. Alright, here's this 4-pill section. So they're doing right at there identical. Alright, so we're good. We just like to do all this just to double check. A lot of people may not go to this type of detail. They'll just put in new transistors and just fire it up. That's how you can blow some stuff and waste some money in your pocket. This way I'm at least breaking it down using leader lines to check each 4-pill section individually before you combine them all into an 8. And before all that, of course, I checked to make sure the LC network, or the L network, I made sure that the L network, both L networks were tuned on frequency. I was checking them on channel 20, of course. And spot on, man. Spot on. This one right here is what you'd call flat out freaking perfectly tuned. You know, of course, in this line of work, it's hard to get something that's absolutely perfect, you know, absolutely perfect. All capacitance and inductance is completely cancel out to 0, equaling a pure 50 ohm load. But this was very close. This one right here, give you an idea, putting about 6 watts flowing through it. What was it? 20 milliwatts? 20 milliwatts of reflect? 20? This one may have been 5. That's good, man. That's good. So that's how you get stuff narrowed in. Because of course, if I hooked all that up on my 5-watt slug, it just would barely be moving. But you know, you can get that thing really narrowed in when you go down like that. But anyway. Alright, let's get all this tied together. Oh yeah, I'll be right back. We'll show the 2-pill section real quick. Alright, man, here's your 2-pill. 5-watt slug in reverse. Output 500-watt slug, PEP. Right there about 350. About 80 bird. This is just the 8-pill by itself. Now take a look at this. That's dead key, right? Now watch me audio. Ooh. I gotta stop for a second and say, Fat Cat, it just is what it is, brother. You did a dang good job tuning this thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I honestly thought I was gonna have to do some retuning on the input of the 4-pill section, each 4-pill section, but I absolutely did not have to. I will repeat, Fat Cat, you did a dang good job tuning this here amplifier, son. Did a dang good job out there, boy. Got to give the credit where the credit's due, man. You see it. That's what you call, like I said, I told you. This is the first time me keying up the 8-pill by itself. Absolutely, first time. I checked the L networks internally. This thing was dead nuts on, man. And it shows. Ooh, look at that. Audioing and it's swinging back to nothing. That means, what does this mean? I bet a lot of people watch these videos and they don't 100% even know why we're showing the input. You know, maybe I should talk about this more in my videos. A lot of people watching these videos that are new to this hobby, etc. I never ever show this. But my bench radio is under here. There it is. That's my bench radio. It's an unmodified Cobra 29. Slightly. The only modification is the dead key variable. Okay. Other than that, limiters in there is fully stock. So we got a 3-watt average swing on it, and it peaks about 16 watts. It's pure stock, other than that dead key control, which we need for this work we do. Other than that, nothing's been modified in the amplifier, the audio chain, or anything. There's a coax that comes from my radio, and this is the coax right here. It goes directly into that. Okay. Sitting there, I haven't pondered about something. I was sitting there thinking something else I'm gonna need to do. Anyway, this right here is coming down and going into the amplifier. All right, so what we're looking at right here is how much power is coming back from the input to the radio. We want all of the power to be going in this amplifier. Alright, so what that shows us is, just on a carrier we got that. When we audioed, look at that. There's hardly nothing coming back to the radio. So that means all the power that we're using is being used in the amplifier. The closer you get to resonance on the input circuit of the amplifier, the more power is being amplified. The amplifier is using pretty much all of your power. Less heat from here to back of the radio to do any damage to the radio. I should explain that more. We act like everybody knows what we're showing right there, but she's all done, man. There's just one more thing I need to do, I noticed in here. But yeah, one thing I did go ahead and do is I dropped the bus down here. Okay. And this right here is 12 gauge Teflon. I just went ahead and dropped the bus because there was a wire. He had a separate switcher that was powering this section and switchers powering this section. I went ahead and just put it all on one bus there, so all I had needed is these 2 wires to test the whole unit. So she's working, man. I'll probably just hook it up to the old Tech 9 power supply and key them both together one time, and just for the fun of it. But she is done. She's done, ready to rock and roll. Because the prior builder knew what he was doing when he was tuning this box. Less work for me. I don't mind at all whatsoever. All right, man. This supply is going to be dropping to actually, I've got a lot of cables hooked up to this supply, so it'd be better to I got a lot of cables hooked up just to marry it up to that supply. And I normally use that supply with amps. It's got other type of connectors on there, so just to make this completely fair, not fair, but transparent, so we can see exactly how much voltage is actually getting to the hot bus. Let me go ahead and hook up these alligator clips right here one-handedly. Alright. Alrighty. Yeah, It's not making a good connection somewhere. Alright, we're at 15. Alright, let's see what it drops to. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We got some voltage drop through these cables. That's nothing I can fix right now at this moment. We just want to show that the amp's working. We're also using gator clips, as you can see. So we got voltage drop. We just want to make sure to show that the amp is fixed and it's working. We did a complete transistor switch out in it. Checked the LC networks. They were tuned great. No reason for that. Just soldered some wires on here because my buddy Carl, he'll be putting his own power supply in here. So after I get done with this, I'll just unsolder these wires right here and send it to him. So wasn't a whole lot of stuff needed to be done, you know. Just had to switch out the transistors, had to switch out a couple of 10 ohms. This thing had a pretty catastrophic failure before, and checked a couple of capacitors. Everything's still reading good. So yeah, and of course I fixed it all up to where this 2-pill ran off the bus from up there. So sitting at exactly 13 volts. Right there, almost 1500 watts. About 450, 500, 450. Yeah, 460 average. So there you go. I can hook up a hot radio to this thing, and you know it'll probably do 600-700 watts, 1900 watts PP. But I've got some massive volt drop because all these cables. I mean, just to give you an example, this ground cable. Probably shouldn't be. Man, I just need a little room. So it comes from the back of the supply and goes directly into this. Okay. From there, then we've got this hooked up. So that's number 2. Then we've got this. That's number 3. Just with all that being hooked up, we've got voltage drop. If I'd have used a lot thicker cable, it'd have been better. But just with what I'm set up right now. Just for testing, that's what we got. I'm gonna be putting a 500-600 something amp power supply over here to the right here soon, and put some connections up here so we can really test some amplifiers at the exact voltage without it, you know, losing or whatever. And of course I could hook this up to this unregulated supply, but I'm not going to do that. This right here is my buddy Carl's amp. I've been teaching Carl a lot of stuff about builds. He's done quite a few builds since I've met the guy. I want to keep this amplifier to where it is, to where I'm not sitting here beating up on it, getting the HGs, the HFE dropping on it. I want it to have it in new status for when he gets it, because I know he's going to be wanting to do some cool stuff with it, build himself a power supply. My job here was just to get the amplifier working, make sure it's tuned right. And that's what I have done. So here we are, and we are completed. So appreciate you hanging in there with me, Carl. Oh. So yeah, so basically what I'm saying, it's not my job with this particular amplifier to try to show you the max end. You know, right now it's doing, I'm hitting it with a 3-watt radio. It's doing 16 watts PP. So this thing needs a lot more drive. A lot more drive. Right now this thing's just being tickled. 13 volts without it going to it. No, I'm surprised it's even doing 1500 watts, to be honest with you. This thing does have the capability to doing 2 kW up to 2500. If I was you, I'd just run it around 18 to 20 to 18 to 2000. Let it be, man. Let it be. All right, old gatekeeper, we're done with this big boy and on to the next. Got a Texas starter get tuned up on 10 meters. We good and gone. Bye-bye. God bless y'all.